Did you pop it out or is it naturally popping?
No, it's popped out.
Okay.
And we're live.
Boom, we are live. Scott, we're doing our impromptu and we've got a guest with us.
Yep. Nobody's in here yet, so I'd say let's you can talk about a board game or something for a little bit until people come in.
On the table where you can't see it.
Okay,
Waterloo.
that's enough. I was kidding.
Oh, 1815. It's from Spain.
There we go. Duncan is in here. You know who?
So.
Duncan Harmsworth just got a Scotch God shout out in the video we just shot.
Yes, he did. And Kilted Moose is in. He says, boys.
Are you going to read everybody's name?
I'm doing a couple intros. You read one and it's okay. I read one and suddenly I'm reading everybody's name.
You wouldn't let me do it.
Call foul. He's getting bossy again. No, I let you do it last night. It was about the 20th name in a row. I was like, goodness. But you'd been imbibing. Who's with us? Robert. Robert is with us. And Robert brought over Talisker Dark Storm. This is a bigger bottle. This is travel retail only, right?
Yeah, that's. I think it's starting to spread out throughout the US, but initially it was a retail only. So I picked that up at Heathrow on a trip back to England.
Love it. And we are going to be sampling this. We'll pour some right now.
We met you though, Robert. You invited us to a local tasting here with the Wichita Whiskey Club.
Yep.
Last summer.
I guess about 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's 2 years.
Oh, has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been that long.
Oop.
Sorry.
Oop.
Wichita Whiskey Club.
Yep.
Right. Big group. Matter of fact, sometimes, at least the one we were at, there were, what did we have? 20 people were there at least.
Yeah, we normally run somewhere between 16 and 20 people.
That's
every now and again we'll have a little bit more due to guests.
Right. And we were there the last day you had a statistician that was moving back to Seattle.
Yeah, Don Rohan was our stats guy, and he took a job up back in Seattle where he came from. We got a new guy looking after that. But we keep good stats on all of our reviews, and we can go back to when the club started, I think about 2010.
See, I love that. That's my board game side coming through. You're not going to say anything. And before we go, hold on, look at this. What is this? What are you doing here?
Yeah, I know we got some new bling for the MacBook to go on there.
Scott was starting to give an Apple free advertising, so now it's got a vinyl sticker.
You bet. Real nice.
It's huge.
It tells you who we are.
It does. Just in case you didn't know, you're
Scotch
watching
Test Dummies.
Scotch Test Dummies. So we're going to test it.
Let's test it.
What do we got?
I was going to point out Robert was also responsible for getting us the Penderyn that we did.
Yeah. Yeah, the Penderyn came in.
And a lot of mixed comments. We weren't necessarily real high on it. It was okay. It had some different notes that we didn't get in other whiskeys. A lot of commenters felt the same.
Okay.
Some really liked it. Some getting the same notes we were getting.
Changes after it opens
I'm
up.
hoping that's going to improve as it goes down. I think it might well be one of those whiskeys that 2 months from now, a month from now, it might really be a lot better than it is.
I'm loving the nose on this already.
I got just a blast of seaside maltiness.
Yeah, it's like an ocean breeze is coming in.
On a heavily malted scotch, you know.
I thought you were going to tease me and say a heavily malted pirate ship. What are you getting, Robert?
Well, it's what I like. It's the type of peat that I like. I do like Lafroig, I do like Ardbegs, but Talisker does it in a different way. So it kind of says, come and smell me, not bam. It doesn't punch you on the nose. It's more subtle.
I agree 100%. At the very first tasting I was at, I became a fan of the Talisker 10 and the Cragganmore. At the time, we'd had a Lagavulin 16 there, and it was too ashy for me. I mean, it was medicinal, and I did not like it. Of course, everybody knows I've come around to the peat, but I went and purchased a Talisker 10 and a Cragganmore out of that very first tasting. Was that 2006 that we did?
No, it was like 08 or 09 was our first tasting.
And it does say matured in charred casks.
So what's the difference from Talisker Storm to Talisker Dark Storm?
From what I've read about it, it's just kicked up a notch with a heavier char on the barrels. And it just gives it a little bit more, to me, especially on the palate, it gives a richer, thicker feel.
I mean, they're marketing a deep, dark and rich maritime character, matured and selected heavily charred casks to give extra spice and smoke, made by the sea, and it is exclusive to travel retail.
Yeah. So probably the same as the regular Storm. It's probably an 8-year to 10-year type of whiskey, but it certainly tastes like it's older, which I think the Storm does anyway.
And someone did ask or point out this is a travel retail release only. This is a 1 liter bottle, which is nice.
Right.
What do you mind saying what the price range is on this?
I think.
Do you remember?
I think I paid about £50, just over 60,
so about
$65.
Wow,
that's a heck of a price.
You can do that again where you talk when you
that's a heck of a price. My boy's been doing the 11-year-old's been doing this whole detective noir thing where he's doing that, you see, that, and I'm like, where did you get this? And I have no idea where he picked that up. He's a real accents guy. You and he would get along. We were talking about when the boys, you have boys, I have boys, and when they get teenage age, how do we secure our collection? And we're going to try to secure it by fear alone.
Spy cams.
Spy cams, yeah. Spy cams will be huge. Then I'll be like, what are you doing? Get away from the Talisker. And then Scott had a rule. Whatever you do not adulterate the whiskey.
There'd have to be a couple rules.
Yes.
If the bottle's not open, don't open it.
Yes.
If you do drink from a bottle, do not add water to the bottle to replenish it to the level it was at. Just leave it.
If you adulterate it, you're in trouble.
If you or your friends want to mix it with Coke, don't use these bottles over here. Use those bottles over there. That would be my rules.
But I like your idea. The future will be there, at least for me, and they'll be on camera.
Yeah.
So they're going to know they're caught. It'd have to be the obstinate teenager that's flipping the bird to the camera, and you're going, I'm coming home. And then he reaches for my Yamasaki 18, and I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, I'd have to steer him back toward what? What would be a steerage? Rittenhouse rye. I can replace that.
Yeah. Wild Turkey 81. Keep
boom.
A bottle of that around.
Grab the 81. It's got a new label.
What's the ABV?
45 something I saw.
45.8.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really nice. I really like it.
Can't imagine how good it might be if it was
even a little higher.
Strength.
It's very salty. It's a lot of caramel, oak. I almost got a little hint of a sherry. I don't think there's any sherry cask, but I got a little nice dark fruit.
Just on the finish, I get a little bit of sherry and then a little bit of licorice.
I would agree. Yeah,
I get a little black licorice. Almost like the blackjack gum that they used to sell in the day. Yeah, that's definitely on the finish.
It doesn't need water, does it?
It does not.
It doesn't.
Very smooth.
My rule, though, is you always try it neat.
See if it'll open.
Yep.
See if it
try a drop.
Some more of this, yes.
And see what happens.
Tell me when.
Just
a smidge.
Now you've had some out of this bottle already. How long has it been opened?
Actually, I opened that last night, but that's the second bottle. We brought 2 bottles back with us. It does get better as it drops down as well.
I know you told us you had this, and you're like, come visit because this is going to disappear. And we were coveting this, and we were like, you know what? We're very busy with the day job and this, and we told you come on set, join us. And as soon as you were over, you were like, I want to be on camera right now, right?
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, he was like, I don't need to be on. Just take the bottle. We're like, come on, join us. Go impromptu. What are some of the fans saying?
Well, I'm looking at Access Whiskey because he says the Talisker 18 is one of his favorites right now. I did have a little sample of that one, and that one was pretty good.
I didn't know you had a sample of that.
I did a quick hitter on it.
Dang it. You coveted it.
How do you think this compares to, say, the regular Storm?
It's been a while since we've had any of the Taliskers. This is very impressive. I think. I like it. It seems richer. Almost more of the cask has come through.
Rich
in it.
Viscous.
A bit
briny
thicker.
Smoke, yes.
Thicker on the
feels
mouthfeel.
More oily. And what I liked even in my very first tasting, was that the smoke is there, but it's not a ashtray power smoke like you were saying. It's more like a background whiff is blowing through.
Yeah, I think for people new to peated whiskies, any of the Taliskers are probably going to be an easier transition than the Lafroigs or the Ardbegs, right?
If you need any water.
I do.
All right.
Thank you.
You bet. That was good. Now, we just shot several shows. We're done. Well, we can't speak of it now because the peated shootouts still have to come out. But this is us catching up, trying to reach out to some of our Patreon supporters that we didn't add in. That we
are behind on our Patreon supporter acknowledgments because of the Pete shootout.
Right.
We just started those up. Actually, we shot 1 or 2, and then we were like, "Oh crap, we forgot even on those."
We were all dialed in, and then we were like, "Ooh, let's add them in." So if you've backed us on Patreon recently, we're getting to those shout outs.
Yeah.
We're always careful. We just say sometime within the year. We don't say we say within the year. We'll get it done within the year. We'll be ahead of that.
Oh yeah. We try to a lot sooner than that.
Right. We're doing fun little things with Patreon. We've got some cool little photo collage cards, and we're going to do a Christmas card thing every year. Very festive. In order to get in on that, you'd have to be a Patreon supporter. So you can do as little as $1 a month or more. So. All right.
Harry McClary, he doesn't think Robert can hang with us. He took a sip and coughed.
Yeah, well, he can hang, baby. He can hang. Oh, boy.
Water, a dash of water almost gives him like a little bit of chocolate at the end.
Okay, now I got to dash it. Now, I'm going to comment. You have an accent. Where were you raised or where were you born?
I was born in London, England, and lived in the States for just over 20 years now. Been a Scotch drinker for a long time, but kind of stepped up to the single malts and the better whiskies over the last 5 or 6 years.
Got it.
And we have a pretty active club in Wichita, Wichita Whiskey Club. It's not the only club in Wichita. But we have an active club that meets once a month, and we really enjoy that. The opportunity to try a lot of whiskies that are outside my price range, especially once a year at the end of the year, we'll use up all of our monies and we'll buy whiskies in the $300-400 range.
And you even had one member bought a cask that then optioned you guys in to buy bottles off.
Yeah, we bought a cask of Knob Creek barrel proof. It was actually 132 proof. And we got about 120 bottles out of it, and we sold them out to the club members, and that worked out very well.
You took donations for the bottles.
Right. Yes, donations for the bottles. We're always careful.
We did take donations.
But it was a club. Yeah, it was a club purchase. Sure. Club purchase. And I mean, it wasn't,
But that's a good opportunity.
Sample one of those. Yeah. We sampled one of those bottles when we were guested.
But you can, for anyone that's in the club, a lot of the distilleries will do that. Will sell a cask. You're looking at, I think we paid about $4,000 for our barrel. And
hold on, Scott's grabbing something.
Well, Jason Whiskey Wise saw something in the background, and I was like, "Well, where's the other one?"
What are you looking for? Oh, yeah, we just shot reviews of the Paul John. I tell you, you'll see in the show. I always want to call it Jean Paul, which would be more of a French whiskey, I think.
Jean Paul. Yeah,
Jean Paul. Right, that would be a cognac, maybe.
Did you see the Whiskey Scout said he almost came to Wichita this morning, and now he regrets not coming.
Oh yeah, baby.
There you go, talking with a liquid in your mouth.
Oh,
again.
It's a skill.
It's like a chipmunk thing.
Yeah, it's a skill, baby. I can cheek it. Yeah, the Whiskey Scout could have showed up. He's our local geologist. It's also our former Army scout that hunts bottles. I can sit there and say, wow, I really want this. And oftentimes he will find it. He finds dusty gold is what I call it.
You know, this is, I don't remember this. Of course, we had the storm early on. I don't remember it being this good.
No. Yeah, this is better.
I want to go back though and try it again.
Try it against the storm.
Yeah.
And actually, if you guys want to keep the bottle, then do a flight like the 10, the storm, and then the dark storm.
We call those family shootouts. We do. What are you doing? What are you grabbing? Oh, hold on. What is that? Is that the storm right there? We're going to do it now. Hold on.
Maybe. It feels full.
You up for that?
Just a little sip. We can, it's not open. You want to open it?
Do it. Open it up.
Let's see what the dark storm is next to the storm.
Yes, the dark storm next to the storm. I don't have the Talisker 10 here. Wow, look at that. We had a little gnat fly through. You wanted some. Yeah, jump in there. Look at that.
Look at the color, though. Of course, I think Talisker does add, or they're known for adding some color.
A little color in.
The dark storm is a little darker.
I'm good. He might need a little more.
Oh, no, I'm good. No, I'm
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to do a little. I just wanted to see
a dash.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you got to do a good comparison. Wow, you got warm hands.
Huh?
Very warm.
Oh.
We got a gnat flying around here. It's driving me crazy. You probably can't see it. I'm being affected by it. All right. So, nose-wise.
Access Whiskeys wants to know if we've gotten into the Balcony single malt yet. We just shot a review of it.
Yes, we did.
Is that Matt? Matt, are you Access Whiskey, or did you see the bottle somewhere?
Yeah. All right. Nose-wise.
It's certainly heavier on the nose.
It is much heavier on the nose.
The dark storm.
Yes. I get more of a campfire smoke on the nose, too.
The regular Talisker storm is more fruity.
Yep.
Lighter, citrus.
Yeah, I get
vanilla. And vanilla.
I see why it's the dark storm, because the color is darker, this nose is darker, darker fruits, darker wood, lighter fruits on the Talisker storm.
Ooh, yeah, it's a lot. It's a really a bigger punch on the palate.
Okay, the Talisker storm isn't bad. That's good. Lighter, citrus, pears.
Yeah.
Salt.
Vanilla. Sweet.
Yeah, a little bit of tropical. Almost.
Right. And you're right, but you're correct that the smoky punch definitely comes with the dark storm.
45.8% on the Talisker storm.
Right. Versus the 45.8%.
Same.
That's interesting how they've got a different note, though.
And you don't get the licorice on the storm.
Correct.
That you get on the dark storm.
The dark storm is just that. It's darker all around. Darker on the nose, darker on the palate, darker fruits, darker caramels.
Could you say pirate ship?
Mm-hmm.
For anybody watching bracket 3, baby, tasting note. It's a pirate ship on fire. Go watch that bracket 3.
Access Whiskey is Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Woo!
Yep, yeah, that review will be coming up.
Jason Whiskey Wise, thank you. Oh, no, that's at Jason Whiskey. Let's go Habs. Sorry, the only thing I didn't do is say to hats.
Talisker Storm, though, that's not bad either. It's been a while since we've been there.
It's definitely a lighter entry level, though. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that the dark storm is that much better. It's just different.
I would say,
it's better. Yeah.
You think it's better?
Well, okay. No. I agree with you that it's different.
It's different.
I prefer
it.
But
both good. Edge goes to the dark storm.
I would say that as well.
I think there's a little more oily, viscous complexity with the dark storm.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think would happen if we added in a blind?
I think you'd be able to.
I think you could tell. They're quite. Yeah, I think they're quite different.
So if we had we had the storm and the Talisker 10. What else does Talisker offer?
There's a distiller's edition. There's the 18-year.
Okay, I remember the 18.
The 25.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's got to be.
We had that at the Whiskey Club a couple of years ago. I think it was like $700.
Wow.
And I didn't think it was worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But these they're quite different though, aren't they?
They are though. Yeah, I wouldn't I thought they were going to be more closely related. I even thought the regular Dark Storm was going to seem watered down comparison of this. It's not. I'm with you. They feel like they're actually almost not really in a different category, but they seem very different.
Well, there in Access Whiskey, he points out there's also a Talisker 57 North, 57 degrees North was the name of it, but I think it was European release only. It might have.
They do another release called Sky, don't they?
They do. See, this says latitude 57.17, 9 degrees north, longitude 06.21.5.
Yeah, that's where the distillery sits.
I'm sure I read that wrong. It's made by the sea. They've got that right there on there in case you miss it. Made by the sea.
There you go. Jason Whiskey Wise. There's the for Talisker 10, 18, 25, 30, the Storm, Dark Storm, the Sky, 57 North, and the Distillers
Hey,
edition.
Rombout's in, baby. Rombout. You like how I said that?
That was good. I think that's just how it's pronounced, too. It's almost that broadcaster nasally voice.
Mocking.
All right. Well, I think I don't even know when we got started. We're probably at about our time frame
minutes
for our impromptu.
What's been your feeling before we go? I know we're only on episode 3 of the Pete Shootout. Has it been? It's been educational for me. Has it been educational for you?
Let's say it's going about the way I thought it would. No real shockers for me, but I will tell you what amazed me was having 4 peat monsters lined up in front of you, how once you get peat on the palate, you're then really able to discern some of the differences between them.
I agree 100%. I was stunned by that.
Yeah.
I was nervous coming in that all I was going to get was, oh, big peat. Oh, another strong peat. Oh, this one's a slightly smokier peat. And what happened was the peat stayed in the almost in the background. It was the baseline. And then what rose was all these different little things that normally are very subtle. Because you're right, I normally will end even a tasting if I have someone over with a peat, but it's just one peat. I don't give them a row of peats.
Right.
And so even for me, it was the first time I had peat after peat after peat.
Yeah.
And
but we can almost do that now. We can almost do a peat tasting.
Oh yeah.
And set an order, going. Because, that peat starts to rule out, then you start to get those differences.
And you and I have been talking about different types of tastings we might do. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
What do you got there? You getting a good breathe?
Yeah, to be honest with you, you would almost think they were different whiskies. If you think that if you like the Talisker Storm, I think you'll like the Dark Storm. But they're quite different when you try them next to each other.
Yeah, I would agree.
I agree.
Both very nice, and we get certainly in Kansas we get a great price on the Storm.
We do,
not the Dark Storm, but.
Amy is asking about our glasses. Our new 3rd edition glasses are up. They're up for sale already on the website. So there's only a couple of the edition 2s left.
Edition 2 just had our name. It was a clean representation.
Oh, that's this one. I don't know if they're showing up. If you can, I don't think you can see it.
Probably not. And then this thing. It's just cool.
All right.
Scotch It.
Oh, wait. Aquavitae is just coming in.
Oh, Roy just popped in.
Oh, he can watch and read, but he can't listen.
Oh.
By the way, new to YouTube, which we had been hollering about ever since we started live streaming, was that the live chat box could not be brought into the video to be viewed later.
How was that done, though? I tried to do that with our show last night. I couldn't see it.
Oh, yeah. It pops right up. It's right there on the side. Yeah. So now with YouTube, the chat box is always available right next to the video. So you can go through and you can watch the chats as they come in.
Is it saved later in post where you can still see it?
Yeah. So it'll be right there. I'll show you.
Okay.
Robert, thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing the Dark Storm.
Thank you very much. Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro. Dummies.
Ooh, get it. See, and then you got to wait. It's still live. There's still